All right. Question number 4 is from a reader. Some of y'all sent me some long questions, so here we go. I was in a relationship and lived with a man for 2.5 years. She lived with a man for 2.5 years. Had problems. Mostly he didn't want the same things in life, and so I found myself in the arms of another man who is now my fiance. I fell madly in love with my current fiance, and I moved to another continent to be with him. Wow. I absolutely do not regret finding the man that is perfect for me, but I do regret doing my ex-boyfriend wrong. Despite not wanting the same things as me, he normally treated me wonderfully. How do I deal with the guilt of cheating, and how do I truly apologize to my ex? I wrote a couple years ago, I think, and it was called the deafening sound of saying nothing at all. It was titled that because I was going through a similar situation in which I had hurt my ex-girlfriend, and she wanted to put a bunch of distance between me. She didn't want to, between us. She didn't want to talk to me. She didn't want to speak to me, and the amount of guilt that I felt for the things that I did was amplified because we had no communication whatsoever. I'm happy to report that her and I talk now. We're friendly. We're cool. And I think a large part of that had to do with the fact that I accepted the fact that I did her wrong, and I accepted the fact that she needed space to heal from the wounds that I inflicted on her. You're going to have to accept that fate as well. You're going to have to accept the fate. The consequences of your actions are such that your ex-boyfriend, he doesn't want to hear from you. He doesn't want to talk to you. He's hurt by what you did, and there is no amount of apologizing that you could do to change his mind on that. The only thing that's going to heal him from the damage that you caused is time and time alone, and distance. You have to move on with your life. You made your decision. You made your decision. You chose to move to another continent to be with this man. You said you don't regret it. One thing that you can't have right now is your cake and eat it too. You have to understand that you have to move on with your life as your man tries to move on with his life. And I understand that you still want to be friends with this ex that made such a wonderful impact in your life and did you right. But you chose a long time ago to cheat. You then chose to fall in love with the man that you cheated with, and then to get engaged to him, and then you chose to move to another continent to be with him. Accept those choices. Accept the consequences of those choices, and accept the fact that those choices have hurt somebody. You can't truly apologize to your ex, point blank and period. He has to forgive you on his own terms, on his own time. And the way that you deal with the guilt of cheating is you look at what cheating got you. It was messy. The way that you met your fiance was messy. But now you have the beautiful relationship that you do. And as tough as it is to accept the fact that you are that you got to where you are, and you got to this happy place. I'm sorry, you gotta wait. Because give us 1 second. 1 second. This guy can't pick up the jack. Yeah. They're actually like right behind you, man. They're actually like changing tires and on a car and everything like that. So I'm sorry.
Welcome to New York.
But from New York, they change tires everywhere.
Not in the middle of the street, though, like this.
But so, you know, I kind of lost my train of thought. But what I was trying to say is that you found the love of your life through messy circumstances. But I know it sounds cliche, but I truly believe love conquers all. And I truly believe that if you two are on a path to get married and spend the rest of your lives together, you can always point to that and say, well, this is what we had to do to get there. And everybody kind of like bows down to the ring, bows down to the title of husband and wife. Hey, yeah, it may have been foul in the beginning, but look what happened.
Yep.
You guys are together happily ever after. Okay? So just keep on pushing. That guilt will eventually subside, and the resentment that your ex feels towards you will eventually subside as well, because I think that ultimately they'll find love on their own too. Lord knows they deserve it after everything you put them through.